As you know, the weight of our van during the rebuild has been a hot topic. I've been worried about it since we started, to be honest. As you can see, all the items that came out of the first build. We've sold, given away and stored away most of our belongings, and now we only carry the bare essentials. The big question is, did we manage to fall under? We find out this week. You are watching The Sand Van. You've probably heard us mention weight a lot with this van build, and I don't know if you remember from the past, we took out all the stuff just for our rebuild, and we weighed everything. We took it down to the tip, we weighed how much the van was, and it was, I don't know, how much was it, Tim?
It was 200 kilos overweight.
200 kilos overweight with all our stuff in it. Now we took everything out, and the pieces of wood that the previous owner used were quite heavy, so that gives us some hope. But we've now panelled all of the inside of the van, and everything is made of wood again in there. We try to keep it as light as possible, but we're really worried about this weight. Now, weight is really important, especially with caravans, more so with ours, but if you don't have the weight right, you can get heavily fined, especially in Queensland where we are. And you can also, if you've got your weight in different places of the van and it's not evenly distributed, you can have a disaster happen, especially with heavy winds, high winds or anything like that. Or if you lose control of your van, all it needs is something to be off and down it goes. We have actually experienced this over in New Zealand. We were in our trusty old van Wurzel, and we're driving along, and it was really windy, and I thought nothing of it. I tell you what, the wind is really throwing this camper van around. We've had to slow down a little bit because the camper van's just going like this with the wind. So I don't know if it's the weather we're doing this, but oh well, we like a challenge, eh? And then I saw this TikTok video.
Whoa, here we go.
And that's not going to be us. So what we've done is we've got a professional weigher.
Vehicle weight.
A vehicle weight
checker.
A vehicle weight checker to come along and check the weight of our van, not just the entire weight, but every single axle. So he's going to bring 4 portable scales that go under each wheel, and we'll get a printout telling us exactly where the weight is distributed in our van. So cross fingers, guys. Cross fingers, we're under. We can't get up forwards because the driveway's on an angle, so we're going to have to change it and roll backwards. Looks like we're going to have to get some ramps. I think I'm a bit worried that it's too heavy to even go up on the ramps.
Not a precision vehicle, this.
No stall. All right, take 2.
Nervous time.
This will determine whether we have to redo the entire back of the van or not.
Let's go buy another van.
Maybe we should buy him a beer before he starts. We're way past that, I think.
You're well and truly under.
Oh, really?
Yep. You're 3275.
3275.
And you're allowed 3550.
When we weighed it at the rolling road, at the tip, it was 38.
Was it?
Yeah, we had so much crap in there.
Oh, really?
Oh, yay! I'm so excited.
So I told you the weight was, I had it in my head that it was going to be lighter.
I did it. I heard it was way over. Oh, I'm pleased.
But if you had 100 kilos onto that, that's what it would have been with the old batteries.
Wow.
Yeah, and just allow for yourselves, which I'm not going to guess your weights because I'm not good at it. But, so so you got 60% of the weight at the rear, but that slope's going to be causing that. So you'll probably find it's about 45 on the front, 55 on the back,
Okay.
which is good.
Is it good? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so 60-40 is normally what you'd see with the caravan, like, you know, because all the weight's on the back.
Yeah.
Oh, it's only got 1300 on the front axle and
Yeah.
19 on the back axle.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I get that.
So it is good. I would allow 45, 55, take away the slope.
Yep.
Then you've got, once you guys are in it, obviously you're going to have more weight on that front axle.
Yep.
So you'll find with these, you're almost right on the axle. So I'm guessing about 95% of your combined weight will go on that front axle, and
Yeah.
about 5% on the rear. So your numbers are good. So you've still got 275 kilos left.
Without boring you too much, Ben was able to give us some more detailed information on the weight on each axle, and we were provided with a full detailed report sent to our email. Well worth the money in our opinion.
As you can tell by the big grin on my face, we are really pleased.
I'm also smiling.
Especially when we went way back at the time and it was 3,800 kilos. We're 275 kilos under, and there's a few things I can take off of this van that we don't use anymore, like the tow bar. That's going to give us about a 50 kilo saving. We've got new solar panels going up on the top. They're going to be 10 kilos lighter. So all these little things are going to add up. And also compensate for a few of the things that we're going to put on, because when we have the step that goes on, that's going to be about 10-15 kilos. So what we're going over an ethos of that, you know, if it's going to go in the van, what can we take off of the van?
Yeah.
You know, so Ed was really interesting talking to him. He had lots to say. It was really, really helpful, and he explained it in great detail, especially the axle weights. And it said it was slightly heavier on the left, but it was because we got a slight tilt on the drive, so it wasn't too bad. And he said it was overall, it was very well balanced. So we got lucky there when we built the van. So I'm really pleased with that. And
if you'd like your van weighed, we went with a mobile weight check, and we'll put a link in the description for you if you'd like to go over there.
but thank you very much, Ben. You have put our minds at rest.
Happy van wife, happy van life, yeah?
Yes, definitely. Got to keep the van wife happy.
I'm so pleased. But we'll catch you tomorrow, guys. Today we're looking after the solar panels. Now, while the van is out the front of the property, we need to sort out the solar panels while we've got sun. And if we bring it down to the back shed, we're not going to have sun to check it.
So we're just going to grab some tools from this workshop. Hello, by the way. And then we're going to go to the front and do the solar panels.
Just to bring you up to speed, I know it's been a couple of weeks. We are house sitting and we have a nice shed to do all the fixes we have on the van. And we haven't started yet because Tim's been away, hence last week I was at the Tiny House Expo. If you haven't checked that out, go check it out. It was really eye-opening to see what people are buying, all the brand new houses they're building and all the fancy mod cons they have in them. I thought ours was fancy. You should see theirs. But anyway, let's go out the front and get these solar panels changed. Now, these are the solar panels that we have. Wow, this is the box that the solar panels are in. They are 800 watts. What we have currently is 400 watts, but they're not actually pulling that much. They're only pulling maybe 150 between the two of them. So we are going to install these today, and hopefully we'll have a brilliant setup. Finally. It's actually a little bit glary out here. I might need to go get my sunnies. There's a nice white driveway we're on, so the glare is actually coming up from the sun, from the ground as well. So I think I want to go grab some sunnies. Please hold. Right, okay, that is better. It's so bright. Just to also catch you up, we have the van back. Last time we left you two, the van needed to go in for some repair as we were stuck. Well, I wasn't stuck on the side of the road. We were stuck at a caravan park for a long time. We came here, we sent the van off to get fixed. Now, I don't know exactly what was wrong with it, so I might actually get Tim to explain because I don't really know. But hold on, please hold. I actually don't want to tell them how much we spent, but do you want to tell them what was actually wrong?
It came to a head right. So we have had this for nearly 2 years. We haven't had any major issues on the actual vehicle itself, but there's been small little things that needed doing. when we were in Tasmania. We had a air leak in the fuel system. I repaired that then, and it lasted for a good 8,000 kilometres. But when it come to the service, when they needed to change the fuel filter, they needed to repair some fuel lines. So small little things needed to be done. We did a full service. We had all the oils and fluids done in all the transmission, all the axles. We had the 2 new front wheel bearings fitted. We had the turbo issue diagnosed and repaired. There was a whole massive list. Yes, it came to $4,000.
Around about $4,000.
$4,000.
After half an hour of whinging, I agreed to pay it because we just want our home up and running.
Which seems like a lot, but they did have it for 10 days and they did do a lot to it. And it's come back and it's running so much better. So we're actually pleased with how it's running now. So, which is better because we need that security of with the reliability of the vehicle, especially when I have to go away and I don't want it breaking down or causing issues for Sandy.
This van, as you know, is our home now, so even though $4,000 seems a lot of money, and it is a lot of money, don't get me wrong, the choice to pay it and the choice to go through with that was, well, this is our home. We want to make sure it's, as he said, make sure it's reliable, up and running, especially when Tim's away.
Say you had a home and your central heating system went, or your boiler system went, you could be paying the same thing just to stay warm.
Yeah.
So, in comparison to the world like that, or the air conditioning system that break, similar
not that we have to justify it, but
yeah,
it was a lot. We had to think about it.
Compared to what you would have to pay for a home to keep your home running,
yeah, exactly.
and stuff like that. It's just...
It's now running like a dream. I love it.
Yeah, it is. It is running nice. Can you use some power, please? So I can see when it's kicking.
Can we get my hair straightener out here? He was just saying that.
Yeah, so I just wanted to check what that old system was kicking out. Previously, maximum we could get when it was in full sunlight was 200 watts, and that should have been 400 watts. I was just going to check today to give you an idea of what we're going to do, a comparison before and after. But the battery's fully charged because she's been sitting for a couple of days, so she's not actually sending any power in at the moment at all. So if Sandy could go and run the battery down, you know, cook some dinner or maybe do her hair, straighten her, anything, just to get that battery down a bit, and then we can have a look at what we're doing.
He's actually serious. Do you want me to get a hair straightener? I've just straightened my hair. Okay.
Not a hair straightener, but something that's a big consumption. So we'll boil some water and make a cup of tea or something like that.
Oh, okay. So get a kettle? The kettle's out there.
Yeah.
All right, we'll make a cup of tea. We just paused for the minute because we're trying to update our cameras, because I don't know if anyone else experiences this, but if you've got a couple of cameras that aren't synced or you haven't connected them to their apps for a while, the
dates go out.
Yeah, when you download them to your computer, the dates go out. So when you're trying to edit something, all the footage is everywhere and it takes us twice as long to edit a video. So we're just trying to sort that out at the minute. The GoPro's sorted, which is what I'm using, and we're just trying to do the other the DJI Osmo Pocket. We're trying to sync that in now, so it doesn't take us so long a bit later, but it's taking a little bit of time now. Not that you'll see it. To you, it'll be a second. To us, it's been an hour so far. Behind the scenes, folks. We good, do you reckon?
I think so.
We've done what we can. Can't work it out.
Time will tell.
Literally. Alright. We need to get on with these
solar panels.
Yeah. And
let's have a look, see what we're generating.
Oh, we made a cup of tea. Oh, we didn't. We turned the kettle on.
And we've heated some water up. At the moment it's only throwing in 15 or 16 watts, which is nothing.
That is nothing. Well, it's a bit overcast though, isn't it?
Oh, hold on, let's turn a few things off. There we go, it's going up now because I've turned this off. 23 watts, it's still nothing.
It's terrible, isn't it?
Yeah.
Alright, let's get a change.
Yes.
Baby's on.
Right, let's disconnect these panels, get them off, and do a comparison between our new panels and our old panels. They're actually a bit smaller and they are lighter as well. So here we go. So with these new panels that we're going to put up, we're actually going to get a 10 kilo saving up here, which is better for Sandy when she's having to lift stuff up and lift up stuff down. But hopefully we don't need to take these off in the foreseeable future. Hopefully we'll just have to keep them clean, and that's all we need to do from now on. I've just checked, well, I've just unboxed one, I've just checked it's working fine. I'll just show you the size difference between the two panels as well, because we had a bit of an overhang before on each side of the van. It looked a bit silly, so hopefully this is going to remedy that as well. So that is a big weight saving and size difference as well. This is the older one. It's they're 200 watt panels. This one's a 400 watt panel.
That's amazing how that can do double. Oh, where's my finger? That can do double what that can.
Yeah, well,
so
it's just technology catching up with us, isn't it? And they're getting smaller and smaller. You can actually get, I think, nearly 1,000 watt ones now, which is just silly. But
wow.
That size difference is going to save us 10 kilos overall. So I'm pleased, very pleased with that.
Pleased with that? So Tim is just measuring the solar panels, because actually the old ones we had were way bigger. So we're just measuring them up to make sure they actually fit. He said 162 centimetres by 158. 136 by 148. Well, that's, yeah. So maybe a case of actually having to move these brackets here back a bit so we can actually fit it on.
Yeah, so these ones are riv nutted in, so we can take those out and put new riv nuts down here and bolt it in. And those ones, that's got a big bolt through it anyway, so I can't really do that without taking the ceiling down. So
move forward.
Move forward. We're going to move that way. Yeah. These ones are going that way.
This is where I am. I'm filming from the skylight. How handy.
If you just hold it there so it doesn't fall over.
It's a bit hard, it's a weird angle.
Give a lift as well if you can. As you can see, it's so much smaller. There's no overhang at all. Before it came out to here, both sides. And it's pretty much a simple fit. All I've got to do is just move those two brackets there forwards and we're in. It's plug and play.
You can see how small these panels are compared to the rest by the brackets that are on the roof. We'll just sort of bring it forward. It's quite a lot actually. I thought maybe it wouldn't be that much, but yeah, it's a huge difference.
They're up and they're charging. I did it out in the sun thinking, you know, we could test it in the sun, but the sun went in. But we're actually generating more wattage than the old panels were in full sun and with a grey sky. So it's charging well. I'm happy with it. They look so much better. They've got a much better profile on the side of the van. They're not sticking out at all, and yeah, they're just lighter as well. So I'm really pleased with it. So the only thing I had to do was just put two extra small brackets in.
Sweet.
Even with it totally overcast and it's actually been raining, we are still generating a couple of amps, and that's enough to trickle charge constantly. So when the sun does come out, this figure here actually skyrockets. We saw it go up to about 300-400 earlier on.
Yeah.
Briefly, when there was a gap in the clouds, and then it went back down again. So even though it's not an impressive figure at the moment, it will be an impressive figure when we're in full sun. So one day when I get it in full sun, I'll show you what we're getting. But a hell of a lot better than the original one when it was in full sun, was only doing 145 watts, which is nothing for full sun. So that wouldn't be enough for us to catch up.
Wow, you can't even see them up there almost, eh? Good.
Pretty low profile now.
Very nice. Time for this van to go back at the shed at the back of the property we have, because it is going to rain and we can't do any more work out here in the rain. So we need to take it back there undercover. Oh, not quite. Going to have to leave you guys there this week, unfortunately, but next week Tim is upgrading the van further with a few practical things, but a few things not so practical. See you next week.